And you're preparing, you're 2 weeks out to Glory 72 in Chicago. How do you feel right now?
How I feel right now, getting ready for this Glory fight, and it's just under 2 weeks. It's all about the weight cut right now. So other than that, I'm feeling really good. And I'm feeling good about that too, but the lighter weight class and training for it, and this is the first camp I've had where I've got a full-time coach with me too, has got me in really, really good shape. So that's the confidence right there. I feel ready. I feel in shape. So I'm ready.
All right. You're making your debut as at featherweight? Is that how that is, or is it?
Yeah, so for this fight for Glory, it's not my featherweight debut overall. Mm-hmm. It is my featherweight debut for the promotion. I fought at featherweight most of my career. My only title that I have in kickboxing is at featherweight. So I've been wanting to go down. I've been asking them to go down, but they needed more 155ers. So I always step up and I always do lightweight for them. This is the first time where they're giving me the opportunity to go back down to where I feel like I need to be.
So with this training camp, cutting that weight, has it been difficult, or is it just, because you've done it before?
Yeah.
Is it?
Cutting the weight hasn't been that difficult, only because, not because I've done it before, mm-hmm. but it forces me to get in better shape. So cutting down to lightweight, I really don't have to do much. It's all water weight. It's all week of stuff. Cutting down to featherweight forces me to make sure I'm getting my road work in, make sure I'm doing pad work and movement drills every single night to make sure my body's flowing well, mm-hmm. and sweating and burning calories. So it forces me to work out a lot harder and a lot more than I normally would. And mentally, like I said, I feel better about it. So it's really not a harder weight cut. It's just a more efficient weight cut, to be honest.
Okay. So one of the things, as a family man, a lot of people may not know that you are married, you have a child on the way, and you are also the owner besides the kickboxing. How does that, what the level of work that you have to put in, is it more work, or is it a lot of stress for you? Is it the same?
Yeah, owning the gym and then having a family, instructing and all that, working with the other fighters, it's super stressful because I can't focus on the fight, just the fight. I try to, I do it when I can. Most of the training Coach Rich and I do is after hours when everybody leaves and the doors are locked. It's just us in here by ourselves. And luckily I'm able to motivate myself, and it doesn't take a lot for me to get going, but I do need that guy in my corner. The family is definitely motivating, with my son and my wife at home and then leaving them for a week or two at a time. It really sucks, and I don't like to do it, and I know it affects them. So when I get in there, that helps me too, just thinking about them and why I'm really doing it. And then I have the whole gym kind of watching me and looking at me, and it's something that it puts a lot of pressure on me, but not in a negative way, and something that it makes me want to perform better.
With that, your support team, you have your coach, your friend coach, Rich Grindle. I know you have a up-and-coming fighter, Orlando Munoz. Who else do you have in your corner helping you get ready or prepare for this fight?
So for this fight, coming out to actually fly out and corner me, it's going to be my head coach, Rich, who's been doing most of my work with me. When he wasn't here, I had Noah, who's one of my members and good friends, who was doing the mitt holding for me and cornering me in some of my fights. So he's coming out with me as my cornerman as well. Orlando, one of my up-and-coming fighters, is actually working for Glory. We've done some work for them in the past. They know who he is because I'm trying to get him in there. And so they're actually flying him out on their dime to help out with the whole show. So he'll be in my corner as well, which is really cool. Beyond that, most of my main sparring partners have been like Rodney, who is a 135-pound pro, and actually imitates the guy I'm fighting really well. So he's been putting in extra work and extra hours with me, which has been great. And then I have guys like Lance, who's one of my fighters, who is always willing to throw down and give me hard rounds. But then I also have them behind me too, because Rich and I coach at the gym and run the gym, and I have these guys here for when we're gone to kind of make sure the gym keeps going for that week or two while we're gone. So it's a good support team that I have, not to mention just all the other regular members that aren't necessarily fighters yet that are showing up every day and pushing me and sparring with me and giving me extra work.
Nice. Have you seen your opponent? Have you, or does it matter to you? I always ask a lot of people, does that matter to you, or you know their style, or you know what to be prepared for? What do you?
Yeah, I mean, It's for Glory, so it's a big fight. I've seen my opponent actually fight live a few times. We fought on the same card. I actually thought he won his last fight. He lost a close, I don't know if it was a split decision or a decision, but I thought he won it. His style, like I said, I have my guy Rodney here who spars with me all the time, very similar. It's going to put hard pressure on me, and so that's what I've been preparing for, and I like to know. It is high level, you know, there's more money on the line, so it's something that I do need to look into, and I have.
With the fight coming up so close, are you getting nervous? Or you just, right now, are you in a zone? Some fighters pick and choose, or?
I will get nervous. I'm not nervous now. I'm not in any kind of zone now. Like I said, I have so much other stuff going on with running the gym and teaching and these other fighters that the only focus for me on the fight right now is just making sure I'm in shape and losing the weight. Once I get there, and you know, day of the fight is when I'll get the jitters, you know, I'll get nervous and whatnot. But then walking out, I've done it so much on record and off record. You know, I've been doing it for, it's going to be 14 years fighting professionally, and I'm only going to be 31. So my entire adult life, I have been doing this, and even before I turned 18. So I'm kind of over it, to be honest. The feelings don't really get to me. I don't get excited about it. It's just, it is a job to me. I am passionate. I do love it. I am more focused on these other guys coming up. So that's why I get more nervous for our guys like Orlando and stuff fighting than I will myself. For me, walking out there, I just want to get in there and get a job done.
Last question. After this fight, I understand that there's a contract. Have you gotten your re-signed, or what is your outlook as your age?
So for fighting for Glory, my initial contract actually time-wise elapsed. So they did extend me a new contract for this fight. So I'm signed with them for another few years, and I think it is 6 fights, 5 or 6 fights. So I'm with them. If I wasn't with them and it was going to be my last fight for Glory, I would for sure retire. I'm not going to, you know, beat myself up to fight on lower tier stuff. Fighting with the best promotion in the world, you know, depending on how this performance goes, will determine the next step I take. I do plan on, though, retiring with Glory.
Awesome. Well, thank you, John Morehouse, for your interview. Just a quick interview for everybody. I was going to say good luck on your fight. What is it? It's November 23rd.
November 23rd, Chicago. I think it's at the Wintrust Arena. They're doing Friday night, they're doing Glory 71. Saturday night, the night I'm fighting, they're doing Glory 72 for the featherweight title.
All right. Good luck, sir. See you next time.
Thank you, Jason.
All right.
Cool.